What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Same Difference podcast.
Is this thing on?
Hey, friends. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm doing well. Happy Monday. How are you?
Happy Monday. I'm so excited. I'm so
I
excited.
don't know why my cheeks hurt. I'm so happy to see you.
I know. I'm so happy to see you. I'm happy to be back recording.
I know.
Oh, it's been a long time coming, but just y'all. If you hear, you're tuned into episode 3, and you just been patient with the girls. Like, it took us a minute to get our footing together, but I think the footing is finally together now.
making some shit shake, man.
It took a few months, but we making some shit shake now. Yeah. What you been up to, friend? Tell the people what you've been up to. Tell me what you've been up to. What you want to share with the people.
Okay, gosh. Okay, so when's the last time that we talked? Was it before my birthday?
It was right, actually. The last time we recorded for the episode, and y'all, me and Pascha talk all the time, but the last time we actually recorded was right after the 4th of July. I think it was right after shooting close to where you live in Chicago.
Okay.
So it's been what is it? 4 months?
Yeah. Okay, so quite a bit has happened. I mean, work is work. I did some traveling. My birthday passed. I went out of the country, which was really, really nice. It was my first time in Europe after the pandemic. So that was like, probably one of the highlights of this year. It's been a crazy year.
Oh, good for you. Oh, that's right. Because y'all, I actually got to spend time with Pascha in person for her birthday. I forgot all about this. I went to Chicago in September. Chicago in September. Me and my sister took the trip up there. Got to hang out with my good girl. And we went to have, let's see, what did we do? We went to dinner. We went and had sushi. That sushi place was, next time I come to Chicago, I want to go there again. That food was
shout out ramen time.
Yes, the drinks were good. The food was good.
Or sushi
and then the next day, Pascha took me to the beach. Y'all, I didn't know Chicago was giving what it's giving. I mean, it was like a whole beach situation. The spot we went to right on the water.
Weather was nice.
Yeah, and they had some type of, what was the brunch thing? Like, it was some type of like curated brunch or something.
So there is a entertainment group here in Chicago, and they host a series of events, and it goes like Wednesday through Sunday. And and so usually Sundays they call it a blackout brunch, and it starts at like 11, and I think the brunch goes from 11 to 3, and then from 3 to 7 is like the after party, like the post brunch after party. And so what we went to was the post brunch.
So why is it called the blackout brunch? It's because it's Black people?
That's a great question. I'm not sure.
Only reason I asked is because it was, if you're looking for something to do that's culture based, y'all, it's giving. Okay, this ain't no paid. We'll get to a point where we be having paid sponsors, but we ain't there yet. We gotta have a little more consistency. But I'm telling y'all, like, it was giving what it was supposed to give. It was us, and it was good music, and it was good food. It was good service. Like, it was a good time. I enjoyed Chicago. I really did.
After you was like, Chicago's not giving, and I'm like,
the girl, she turned herself right on around. I was cool. So yeah, Chicago did what it was supposed to do. So right after that, you went to Europe and got away from us peasants in the US of A. How was that?
It was wonderful. I went to Italy. I did like a tour of Italy. So I started in Rome because I've been to Italy once before, and I was in Rome and I loved it. So I started there. I really wanted to have like that Amalfi Coast experience. So I went to a little town, maybe about 15-20 minutes from Positano. Gosh, what was the name of that? It's called Priano. So I went from Rome to Priano, and then we completed the trip in Milan. One of the things I've learned over my travels over the years is to shop last. So I wanted to go to the fashion capital of the world at the end of my trip. So I had some lovely experiences there. I got to, there's a an part of town in Milan called the Duomo, which has like this beautiful, huge cathedral and like all of the shopping like that you can imagine. So I ate good, I shopped good, I drank a ton of prosecco, a lot of wine, did a
Prosecco is
little
my
mini.
jam. Yes.
I know. I did a mini cliff dive.
Okay. Living life
And I
on
was,
the edge.
yeah, a little bit. So that was that was probably the highlight of the last 4 months. And, then of course you come back to the US and you have to,
And it's
snap back to reality.
ghetto. It's
Uh,
ghetto. Mhm.
yeah. And honestly, I feel like so much has been happening, but it has been internal. It hasn't been anything external. Like,
Okay.
obviously when I don't know if how anybody else feels like this, but when my birthday comes around, I always go into like this deep period of reflection, and I just kind of think about
Same.
where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I want to be?
Versus where was I a year ago on my birthday?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and are there goals that I have did I achieve anything? Was there anything that happened for me that I wanted to happen? Did I work towards anything? But also within that, I've had the spirit of change. And so I've been working a lot on making my house a home. I really do feel like Chicago is home now. I kind of know my way around. I know how to, where I gave up my car so I'm carless for the first time in 18 years.
Oh
So I
Lord, I don't think I could
finally,
do that.
I mean, like we're not going to do this much longer. Because, I love walking and traipsing around through town, and it's been a lesson in patience.
Mm,
And kind of being cognizant of operating on someone else's time and
mm,
how to manage your schedule within that.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, even though I've had all of these crazy adventures in this amazing, wonderful year, I've, I'm still in this area of, okay, what's next?
Mm.
I don't ever know how to like sit down and just be content, but I also feel
But
like
I
I
think
need
that's a good thing though. Not getting
it is.
complacent.
And there was a moment where I said, okay, just stop and enjoy this. And I
Mm-hmm.
did for a little bit.
Okay.
So now I'm
Okay.
trying to figure out what's next. And what's next is, I've bounced around town. I've been out exploring Chicago. Now it's time to like work on my home. Get back
Okay.
to
So like I told y'all in the first episode, don't play with my girl, okay? It's giving money. It's giving Black girl luxury. She was coasting. She was on the Amalfi Coast. She was in Rome, okay? She did Paris, okay? She ate the real Italian food, not the chicken and shrimp pasta y'all keep making with that broccoli. But she was having the real deal experience, okay?
Yes, I
Please
was.
come to her correct when you come. Raise your sons.
And it's just I love having those cultural experiences and traveling and seeing different things because it gives you so much perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And I took so much with me that now that I'm here back in Chicago in the US and my birthday's passed, we're on the cusp of a new year. I'm ready to you know get put my head back down and figure out what my next move is. So
Okay.
that's what's been going on with me. What about you?
Okay, let me make sure I say things the right way, because y'all, I listened back to that second episode and I was like, I gotta try to make a point to be in the right headspace next time I record a podcast, because I felt like my emotions, when I listened back to it, my emotions were so heightened because of like the situationship that I had been dealing with at that time, and it was like, girl, you was mad, and I was. Keyword is
So,
was, no longer am.
so
However, there has been a lot that has happened. Since we recorded right after the 4th of July, I had a very close friend. Not gonna get into that part too much in this particular episode, but maybe another episode when we talk about friendships and so on and so forth, we'll get into it. But we're no longer friends. We have been friends for about, let's see, I've been in Atlanta for 5 years, so we've probably been friends for about 4 years. So a friendship ended. Of course, the situationship I was dealing with was no longer. And then my grandma got really sick. And for those of you who follow me on social media, all my handles are It Was Always Joy. If you follow me and you watch my story, my grandma was my girl. That's what I call her, my girl. Always got to go check on my girl. My girl got sick. I went to, my grandma lives in Petersburg, Virginia. But when she got started to get sick, she went to Baltimore to stay with my daddy. My daddy was taking care of her. And so I went right after I left Chicago. I came back to Atlanta for about a week, and then I went to Baltimore. I stayed with my grandma for a week, spent some time with her. And then I came back to Atlanta, and then my sister came to Atlanta and stayed with me for a week in October. And on October 22nd, I went back to Baltimore. My grandma was, beginning to transition. I went back to Baltimore to be with her on the 22nd. She ended up passing on November the 2nd. And my grandma had so many conversations with me, probably like for sure, like within the last year and a half, about death and dying. And I would always be like, oh, grandma, I don't want to talk about that. Like, you're doing too much. And she was like, well, baby, we all got to go. This is a part of life. And so what she was doing then was she was preparing me for the ending of her life, because she knew, sorry, y'all. Still a little fresh.
Don't, because I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry too. I don't want to cry.
Yeah, I don't want to cry, but I mean, it's real life. We all watch people give birth, our friends, our family, our siblings, and we unfortunately have to watch people pass away.
Yep.
And so, my grandma had been preparing me. I remember actually I was in Chicago, like when we'd had conversations before, like when I would go to her house, like when I would go back home, and I go back home like 3 or 4 times throughout the year, just depending on everything that's going on. And so, she would mention little things or bring up little things. But when she really kind of like told me, Joy, it's for real, she didn't say it in those words, but I was actually in Chicago visiting you. I had gotten there on a Friday. That Saturday morning, I woke up and I called my grandma. And I asked her something about wanting to go home. She had gone to the hospital to have this debridement procedure done on her foot, I think. And I asked her, you ready to go back to my daddy's house? And she said, well, baby, I'm ready to go back home. And so when she said home, I'm thinking she want to go back to Petersburg. So I'm like, well, grandma, how are we going to make that happen? Because at this point, my grandma was unable to feed herself. She just didn't have the strength to, she wasn't walking. So it's not like she could get up, go in the kitchen, fix a meal and eat. My daddy had to fix her food. My daddy or my daddy's partner would feed her the food. And so when she said she ready to go home, I'm thinking, well, grandma, how we finna make that happen? Like, how we gonna get you back to Petersburg? And she said, no, baby, I'm ready to go home. And that's when I knew, okay, she for real. Like, this ain't no more, let's talk about it and casually brush over it. That Saturday, I was in Chicago. The following Saturday, I was in Baltimore. So when I went to Baltimore, she really started to break it down for me. She told me exactly what she wanted to be buried in, what picture she wanted on her obituary. She had already written her obituary because she want to make sure y'all ain't leave out what she did and accomplished in her life. Okay.
Y'all ain't missing nothing.
She told me who she wanted to preach, who was supposed to pray, who was supposed to sing, what they was supposed to sing, what the casket needed to look like, who should do the service. She literally laid it all out. Part of the reason she did that is because she knew my daddy was going to be unable. My daddy has always been and still is to this day a mama's boy. Okay. Him and my grandma was like this. And I think she knew that my daddy was going to be so wrapped up in grief, he wouldn't be able to do the things that needed to be done when she passed away. So I got there on October 22nd. She passed on the 2nd, and I was getting the stuff done. Everything she wanted, I was making sure this person is in place. This person knows they got to sing, what they got to sing. This person is okay to preach. Then I had to figure out what day is this going to be? What day is that going to be? Do we have the suit? So that's what I've been doing.
Oh my God.
That was November 2nd. Her wake was the 9th. Her funeral was the 10th. I came back to Atlanta on the 14th. So I have been away from Atlanta for a little over 3 weeks.
Oh my
I didn't go back home for Thanksgiving because I had literally just left and I really just kind of wanted to be by myself. I didn't really cry like I felt like I wanted to and I needed to in that moment because I was so busy making sure everybody else was good and making sure the service was what she wanted it to be. So once I got back to Atlanta, I kind of knew like, this is when I'm gonna have my time and my moment. And I want to be able to move through my grief, however I need to move through it alone, not moving back and forth between the airport. And I just,
Yeah.
but I'm getting, a little bit stronger, and I just dropped some tears, but a little less tearful when I talk about her and I think about her. I'm thinking about the happiness and the good times and the positiveness and everything she meant to me and everything she taught me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what was your grandma's name?
Ethel May Bellamy.
And
make sure y'all look up Miss Ethel May Bellamy, okay? Because the girl was,
how old was she?
My grandma was 89. She turned
Wow.
89 April 23rd of this year.
Wow.
She was the first Black school counselor in Prince George County, Virginia. That was a very big deal at the time.
Wow.
She also had her master's degree, which is something that at that time, a lot of Black people and women particularly didn't get master's degrees back then. They may get an undergrad or a teaching certificate or something of that nature, but my grandma was like very big on not only knowing her stuff by the book, but she was a smart person. She was fiscally smart. She made super smart financial decisions. Even after she retired, she started her own tax business. Like, she was that girl. Okay. She was giving, yes, honey. She was giving entrepreneur before it was a thing to be talked about. Okay.
All right. And look at you, a manifestation of her and all of her dreams.
Period.
You come from good stock, ma'am.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
In paradise to Mrs. Ethel May Bellamy, Mrs. That girl. Okay.
She was that girl. Yes, she was.
My condolences.
Thank you so much, friend. Thank you.
You loved her.
Yeah, that was my girl.
I can only imagine, that the hole, in your heart, because I know she held up a big space. So.
So that's all that's been going on with me. I also decided at the end of November, as I was kind of moving through grief, that I need to take a break from everything and everybody, and I just need a break. So I decided to take a break from, I do a fast usually once a year, usually around the beginning of the year. But this time I decided to do a fast, and I didn't really give up much food, but I felt like I wanted to give up some addictions. As the year had been progressing and I had been going through different things, I felt like I leaned in on things that I became a slave to. I had given up hookah like a year or so before that. And I would like, if I went out, I might smoke the hookah at the table, but I had given up hookah, but then I picked up the vape. So it's like, I felt like I became, right. I felt like I became a slave to that vape. If I was stressed, when people stress eat, my thing that I'd never, ever, ever drink is juice and soda. So I said, okay, when I do this fast, I'm giving up juice, soda, that vape, and social media. The social media part has been the best part. It's been the best part. Like, I can't stress it enough. I'm so much more clear-headed. I'm so much more proactive, and I just feel like I'm just getting things done that had kind of been pushed to the back burner because of all the things that life had been throwing at me. So yeah, it's kind of the long-winded short story, but Christmas is coming up.
No, I feel like when you go through things, you have that moment of reflection and recalibration.
Absolutely.
When I said I was going through some changes, and a lot of it was more external than or a lot of it was more internal than external. I was I feel like I am addicted to social media as well. I'll look at Twitter, scroll, close Twitter, go to Instagram, scroll, close Instagram, go back to Twitter. And it's just like this ugly, like back and forth. And, there's been so many times I've just been like sitting on my couch like this with my phone, watching TV, scrolling, or the TV even watching me for that matter. And, I was thinking about, damn, when I was 17, 18, I was active. I had a part-time job. I was a cheerleader. I was doing music. I had a social life, had a boyfriend. Like, how did I have all, and was living under someone else's roof. So I really wasn't even like that free. I didn't even really have the freedoms to go out and be like grown, but had a whole life and then some.
Right.
Today, like getting out of bed, it's just like, okay, I've hit snooze 7 times. Like, come on, girl, get up.
Mm.
Rolling over. And after hitting snooze 8 times, laying in bed and wasting 30 minutes scrolling. And so, one thing I've always admired about, different people, but you especially, is when you do your fast. So I'm not going to eat meat, or I'm going to eat clean, or I'm going to
Yep.
do this. I'm doing it for this many days. You really
Yep.
do it and you stick to it.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like I live in my head so much that I have all these ideas about what I want to do. And well, if I just get up at this time and do this every day, everything will work out the way I want it. And my follow through and my willpower is just not there. And so I have been starting to feel like, all right, maybe when you wake up in the morning, if you have to pick up your phone, look at the Bible app. And
Okay now.
let's look at the scripture for the day.
Yep.
Look at your horoscope. I'm Virgo this, Virgo that, but like let's actually look at your horoscope for the day, and is it resonating, and are there things going on in your life that this is speaking to? And so it's only been like 2 days for me.
That's okay. That's all right. Everybody got to start somewhere.
It's been a very long 2 days. And, I have found myself picking up my phone, and because I've moved my apps off of the main screen, I've shut off notifications thanks to your tips. There's more mindfulness there for me. So it's not like, oh shoot, like I picked up my phone, I'm ready to, nope, no social media, put the phone down. Or if I have to look at something, I'll read an article or I'll get on Pinterest.
Okay.
And just to segue really quick, Pinterest is a social medium, but I also feel like it's a bit more inspirational than your Instagram thought in her tongue.
Well, I agree, because some people would also say YouTube is a social media, but I don't use it for that reason. Like I don't use Pinterest for social media reasons either. So I understand. Right. Yeah, I get it.
And we had talked on the phone, and you said that you've had so much clarity through your social media detox.
Absolutely.
Your gifts are having a chance to kind of come alive and show themselves. And I feel like one of the things that I've always had an interest in and kind of a good eye with is interior design. And because I have spent, and so sometimes when I get in these modes, like if I get into I want to just decorate this little corner of my house mode, I neglect my phone for hours because I'm just so focused on this project. And as of late, I have been like doing stuff around my house and I haven't been looking at my phone. But when you pointed out that your gifts have time to shine and come through when you're not consumed with everything else, that's so true, because that's been my experience. Like I could sit on the couch and scroll till 2 a.m. and go to bed, but instead my phone was wherever it was and I was hanging up stuff.
Right.
I was rearranging my nightstand. Even now, instead of picking up Instagram and looking at, Kayla Nicole and her hot body and how fly she is.
I have no who that
and
is.
wishing I look like that. I'm looking at these Pinterest boards that are helping me with creating like the space that I'm spending most of my time in, and that makes me happy. And so I feel like I've hit a couple of breakthroughs as a result. And I do feel like interior design is one of my gifts, one of my interests that is starting to, make an appearance again. So
let this be the sign. If you were looking for a sign or like looking for some direction on what it is you need to do, whether it's going into the new year or you have a birthday coming up, or you just feel like you just in a rut and you just want a little bit of change, I'm telling y'all, commit to 10 days of no social media, none at all. Turn the notifications off if you have to. And I didn't delete any of my pages. I just made a folder on my phone. I put all my social media apps in that folder, and I just moved that folder to the very last screen on my phone. It's on the screen by itself, so I don't have no reason to go back there. Just take a break from social media. What's first going to happen is you're going to realize within the first 1 to 3 or 4 days how much you incessantly pick that phone up for no good reason at all. I bet you have 1,000,001 things that you need to or could be doing just in your house, just around the house, whether it's washing clothes, folding clothes, hanging clothes, cleaning the kitchen, loading the dishwasher, vacuuming the floor, mopping the floor, reorganizing your closet, straightening up something in your bathroom. And that's just at the house. We ain't talked about the things that you have to do or need to be doing for work, for your personal aspirations, whether it's starting a business or, working on your fitness or, just I guarantee there is something that you are putting off that is on the back burner because you incessantly pick that phone up and you are always on social media. You waste so much time on social media. When you give that up, you're going to begin to see and realize all the other thoughts that come into your head of things that you want to do or that you could do or that you want to research or that you're interested in, or maybe you want to try a yoga class, or maybe you want to do a painting workshop. I'm telling y'all, there's so much life to be lived off this phone. We are doing a disservice to ourselves, wrapping ourselves up in these social media apps so much. There's nothing wrong with them. We all have a good time and laugh and joke.
We love them.
Stay informed on certain things. Cause me personally, I don't watch the news. I just don't. Most of the things that I hear about and find out about, whether it's real world issues or, things within our culture, things in Atlanta, is on social media. But I have not been on social media for, let's see, about 13 days now. And whatever has been happening, guess what? Life has gone on. I've lived. It was okay for me not to know it, not to read it, not to see it, not to engage with it. And I'm getting so many things that I need to do personally so that I feel a sense of accomplishment every single night. When I lay down in the bed, I feel like, dang, I really got a lot done. I was telling Pascha, like, usually I would be like, if I need to do something, I would feel like at a certain point, I'd be like, dang, I've been working on this forever. Why I can't get this done? But now, oh, baby, you get done in a couple hours, in a day at the most. And I move on to the next thing. It's so much life to be lived. And if you were looking for a sign, this was it. Just do 10 days. Just start with 10 days and see how you feel mentally, how much more clear-headed you are, how much you get done.
I'm doing 7 and we're going to start. And then after 7, we'll see how it goes. Cause it's tough. And I've fallen into some habits, but we're going to get out of those habits. The holidays are coming up. New Year's is coming up. We are on the, horizon of newness and change.
I always love this season, like starting around Thanksgiving, then you go into Christmas. For me, it's Thanksgiving, my birthday, and then Christmas, and then the New Year. So what are you doing for Christmas? Because Thanksgiving, we've done Thanksgiving. Did you go home to Omaha?
I did not.
You didn't go to Omaha for Thanksgiving?
No.
Okay. So see, I didn't go home to Richmond either. So
no, all of us, my whole family over the last 5 years, we've moved to different places. So we're all literally spread out now. And one of the things that we are not doing a good job of is staying in contact as it relates to holidays.
Okay.
We are on the phone. We talk all the time. We're all very close knit. But when it comes time to plan the holidays, we're not thinking 2 and 3 months ahead because we all used to live in the same city. So it was a phone call the night before, the week before. What we doing for Christmas?
Okay. Who house we gonna be at? Yeah.
Who's cooking what?
Yeah.
When you all live in different places, it's the logistics and the cost and where are we going to stay and who can all fit here. And we've done a couple of big family gatherings and tried to get together like out of town, but my family is, we are all some characters.
Girl, whose family isn't? Girl, listen.
And so sometimes it's just it's an experience. And I don't know that we all walk away from the experience like wanting to really do it again. Or
right.
I love my family, so I'm gonna go to Africa to go see them. You know what I mean?
But I mean, as the person who always has to do the traveling, like my parents are, all of my family is in Richmond. I wouldn't expect my family to come to Atlanta because what I'm gonna do? I ain't cooking no whole meal like my parents do.
Yeah,
ain't gonna be no So I get it. I'm gonna go there if I go. But do I really want to go every single year for Thanksgiving and for Christmas? Like it's the most traveled time to fly. So the airport is busier. Like the planes are more packed. There's more. The flights are higher. They cost more. And I feel like, don't know. I just feel like when I see y'all all throughout the year and I don't see y'all on Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's okay. It's okay.
Right.
We've spent the time. We've done the things. We didn't wait to Thanksgiving and Christmas to start getting it together. I saw y'all in January, in March, in June, in October.
Right.
It's okay to skip out on Thanksgiving and Christmas, which I didn't go home for Thanksgiving. I don't want to go home for Christmas, but I have yet to tell my mama that. We'll see how that goes.
Well, I'm kind of in the same boat. My family, like me and my brother, live out of state, and both of my parents will be in Omaha. And, because we weren't together for Thanksgiving, I think there is an expectation that we'll all be together for Christmas.
Do you all buy each other Christmas gifts?
We do. Our
Okay,
immediate
really?
family. Yeah, our
Okay.
immediate family.
Okay.
I mean, once you get older, it's less gifts, more here's a check, Merry Christmas, love us. Which is great. I love that. That's, I think at this point we are all old enough. We have what we need, and if we don't, we can go buy it.
Right,
So,
right.
at our ages and just where we're all at in life, it is easier to send a lovely Christmas card and send your gift, however that comes, whether it's a card, a package, and then I think we'll probably do like a family FaceTime and do like a
Okay.
toast.
Okay.
I think for me, sometimes when I go home for the holidays, I get a little sad.
Oh, wow.
I would like to like go home with my man for the holidays and
Oh, you want to be in matching pajamas, friend.
about the matching pajamas, but like, there was a couple moments where I'm like, dang, I'm like 35 and I'm like sleeping on the little, futon air mattress and like I don't
Yeah.
really my parents have changed our rooms into, livable working spaces for empty nesters, which makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. I mean, I'm 36, like, girl, I've been gone.
Mm-hmm.
But my brother, he still has his room, but like, that was just because that was the last like,
Mm-hmm.
kids' room anyway. So when he's home, he has his room, and then there's me kind of trying to figure out where I'm gonna
Well,
sleep.
so what
And
did your parents do with your room?
it's the office now. Or no, no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
So when I moved out, my brother moved out of his room into my room because it was
Okay.
bigger. I mean, my room was purple. It was like an electric lavender, and he moved in.
So what did they do with his room then?
They changed his room into the office.
Okay, got you.
And so then, of course, my dad, remodeled the bedroom, changed the paint and everything to suit a young man. And so
Mm-hmm.
my room became
Mm-hmm.
his room, and then his old room became the office. So when I come, I'll either stay in the basement or in the office. But I just think that when I have my own space and a whole clean bed and, just like,
Going home to sleep on a futon don't sound like the thing you want to really be doing.
and then like, it's just like the holidays are like amazing when we're all like spending time as a family, and everybody's set in their way and doing their own thing, and I don't know, I just sometimes feel like I don't want to feel alone and sad
Mm-hmm.
on Christmas on a futon in my parents' basement. I'd rather be in my apartment in my bed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for me, the reason I don't want to go home for Christmas, I would love to see my family, but again, I see them all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
I was home in March for my brother's graduation from the fire academy. We went on a week-long cruise together. The first
Oh
week
yeah,
of
you guys have
August.
gotten together quite a bit this
Yeah.
year.
The first week of August, and then September when I went to my daddy's house. My mom was in DC for a class for work, and she took the train up there, so I saw my mom then in September. And then November I was with everybody because my grandma passed, and we were doing funeral services and stuff. So it's like, do I really want to go back? The worst time to travel, when the flights are the highest, when I literally probably will see y'all in January. I just don't feel it's necessary. And then my brothers will be here New Year's. They're spending New Year's
Oh, it's
here with me.
lit.
Yeah, so I don't want to do it. I haven't told my mom. I need to figure out a way to tell her. And that's just got to be that, because it's not even about me going home and feeling lonely. I just feel like I just want to be, when everybody is kind of like winding down and spending all the days
Yes.
off and relaxing. I want to be able to relax in my own home.
Same. Like,
My parents' house is not the most quiet place. Okay. They get up in the morning and they make their coffee, and they're downstairs talking, and the cabinet drawers are slamming and closing. And my brothers are, going to work with loud and playing
a
around
lot.
and playing music and got friends over. Like, I just want to be in my own little space and peace. That's all. So I have to figure out a way to do that. And then the other thing is like, and this is for y'all who have friends who don't live in the same city as you anymore when they come home. Everybody can't say, come over. Everybody can't say when I'm going to see you, unless everybody is coming to me at the same time or we're meeting somewhere together at the same time. I don't want to hear about, oh, you was here, you didn't see me, you didn't come over, you didn't call me, because I'm not here to be like going on a freaking city tour. I'm just here to see my family and relax and unwind and have a good time. Like, it's vacation for me. I don't really want to be driving to 2 and 3 and 4 people's houses. Like, that's just, it is a lot. The only people I make the point to see is my grandma, which this would be my first time a holiday not driving to Petersburg to go see my grandma, and one of my good girlfriends. However, this is what I will say to y'all who just seem to not get it. Come to Atlanta and come see me, because I have been in Atlanta for 5 years. I haven't lived in the city of Richmond for 8 years. Did anybody come to Cleveland when I lived there to see me? Has anybody been to Atlanta since I've been here to see me? Except my good girl here. She's been here to Atlanta 2 or 3 times and seen me. Actually, you were supposed to be in Atlanta, coming to Atlanta when I was in Baltimore when my grandma was sick.
I still came to Atlanta now. Okay, I was still down there.
But y'all be like wanting me to like do the most to see everybody, and I don't have that kind of time. And nobody, if you haven't made the effort to see me in the city that I live in, I don't want to come back to the city that you live in, be driving all around to do that. I mean, no shade, no hard feelings, but it just is what it is.
No, the whole, you make time for the people you want to see, and it's just like, sweetie, yes, that's correct. But like, I don't have time to see everyone.
Right.
I can't go over to my grandma's house for an hour. No, my grandma wants me to sit and chat.
Right.
She might be watching a Western. She might be watching first 48. She might be locked into something and she want me to sit there and be with her. And I'm going to sit there and be with my grandma.
Right.
And you know what? After sitting there and being with my grandma for a couple hours, I'm ready to go back home. I don't want to go nowhere else.
Right.
So for me, it's like, look, move out of town and come home and visit your family and friends and see how easy it is to get around before you turn your nose up and get your lips all crooked because I didn't come see you. Like, it's like you said, it's no hard feelings, but move out of town and come back to your hometown to visit family and see how easy it is for you. If you're not going to do that, zip it or get on a plane and come see me. That's it. As I gave up on trying to please everybody when I moved away a long time. I gave up on that. Like, you're just gonna have to be mad. Sorry. So, honestly, my mom might give me an angry phone call and I might have to rent a car and drive on down to Omaha. But if I do, that's fine.
So she would be upset to see this the thing, but our mama's man. So mom might like be like, what's going on? Why you not here? It's Christmas. Where you at? Really? So it would make you feel bad enough that you would rent a car and you would go.
I mean, at the end of the day, I might still do that just because, but we'll see. We're going to see what the temperature is. I don't think my brother's going home, and if he's not, I mean, I'm not racing to go either.
Okay. Jared said he's probably just going to stay in LA, man. He's just going to vibe he's going to vibe it out in LA.
Yeah, the weather's going to be beautiful. It's probably going to be brick as hell in Omaha
and Chicago too, because y'all got some single digit weather. Get ready to slide through in the next week or so.
Well, you don't have to bring that up.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, for all we know, Jared might be in LA in matching pajamas himself, child. He ain't coming home. He and his matching people.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on that. Matching pajamas. So look, I'm gonna try and find some for me and my dog, okay? Because that's the main thing. When I travel I bring Luigi with me, and he getting old, I'm getting old. We sitting down. So, speaking of matching PJs, will you be matching in any PJs with anybody? Or?
I will be blending in with the bed, hopefully. Okay, it's gonna look like one big blob, me and my king size bed. Okay. That's really all I want to do. Like Thanksgiving, I was home. You know what I ate on Thanksgiving Day? Tuna fish and crackers. Because that's what I wanted. Like that's seriously, that's what I don't. Anyway, when I go, I don't eat turkey. I don't like turkey. I don't like that white meat. Even the legs is like turkey meat to me is dry. I prefer chicken.
Okay.
Ham can be a little dry depending on how you cook it, and it's salty. I'm really going for the sides: the seafood salad, the potato salad, the mac and cheese, the cranberry sauce. That's the bread. Okay, that's really what I'm going for. So no, I may not be in Richmond, but I won't be in matching pajamas either, and I'm cool with that. Okay, maybe next year, maybe not. We'll see.
And I bet some tuna and crackers was fire though. I ain't had
It
that in a long
was.
time.
It was. Now I can make y'all know if you follow me on social media, it was always joy. Y'all know I do my thing on the cooking side.
Yes, you
So
do.
the tuna was given what it was supposed to, okay? Just
Hey.
saying.
You're
Just
funny.
saying.
Okay, so you'll be matching pajamas with your bed. You're gonna be matching the bed.
Yep.
Okay.
And with that.
Anybody getting any gifts from you this year?
No, my family, like my immediate family, we kind of like the whole gift giving thing, we kind of over it because like we get each other things like again when we see each other throughout the year. My brother had graduated from the fire academy in March. I bought him a PlayStation 5, I think it was.
Oh, goodness.
You know, stuff like that. Him and my other brother Roscoe, they're gonna be here.
What you get me for Christmas?
Same thing I got you last year, friend. I'm so excited about it. Merry Christmas, Pascha! That's fucking. I don't know. After a while, I just got over the whole gift giving thing because it's like you say you want me to come home for the holidays to be with family and spend time. So if that's what it's about, why I gotta be going to spend money on you for you to spend money on me for us to give it to each other? We don't gotta do that.
Yeah.
So we don't really do that, and we're all cool with it, like for real. My parents will still get like my brother's stuff because they're younger. I'm 30. I'm about to be 36. I don't really need no gift under the tree that I gotta peel the paper off and be surprised about. But my brothers are 22. You know, she still makes sure they got stuff under the tree.
Hell yeah, they want some gifts under that tree.
Yeah,
I can get it.
Yeah.
Well, I won't be in any matching pajamas either. Blending in with my bed actually sounds great. Maybe with a little spiked apple cider or something like that. You know that. Oh, wait a minute, because I'm supposed to not be drinking. Dang.
That's what I was about to say. My fast won't be over, so I won't be drinking on Christmas. I won't be drinking on my birthday. My birthday is December 22nd, 12/22. I won't be drinking on my birthday. I won't be drinking on Christmas, but my last day of my fast is the 29th. So I'll be good to drink for New Year's. And I'm not even like, oh my God, I can't wait to get to New Year's so I can drink. It's like, okay, might have a drink, might not.
It's so crazy what posting on social media and what you take in makes you think about. Like, oh wow, so and so is in matching PJs together, but I thought that was with what's the name? Because remember when did you watch her story and old boy was in the back, you know, kicking it at the what's the name? It's just you cut and paste so much shit from social media trying to like tell a story, and I just feel like the cleanse is coming at a good time because I don't want to see matching pajamas, and frankly I don't want to see screenshots of people in matching pajamas they ain't got no business being in. I just like we've said before, social media just offers a peek into people's lives that I don't know that we need. For instance, remember when we were on the phone and I was asking you about TJ Holmes and Amy Robach from Good Morning America, and you're like, I don't like, no girl, I don't really know.
Well, for a couple reasons. One, I don't watch Good Morning America, and two, I haven't been on social media to see anybody's tea. It's been great.
Well, because I do watch Good Morning America, this was very this was of interest to me because I want to know what the hell y'all was doing. So basically, they are two main anchors on Good Morning America. There's like 7 anchors that get on the main stage. They open the show in the morning, and they kind of cycle through a few of them. There's 2 in particular who host the 3rd hour of GMA, and they have great chemistry. They do great segments. You know, just by appearance, they look like wonderful people who get along and do their job well.
Okay.
Well, there was more to that chemistry. And a tabloid published 65 photos of them out together dating, basically, by all
But were they
appearances.
dating, or was it like work related? Like,
Oh no, it wasn't
well,
work related
65 is
because
a bit too much for it to be work related, though.
no, it's not work related.
Okay.
These are two married anchors. They are married to other people. We've not
Okay.
heard anything. We've not heard anything in the press about their marriages, but what we've seen on social media is that everybody is happily married, raising families
In matching pajamas.
in matching pajamas.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
you've got two people that work together who report the news and talk about matching pajamas and baking Christmas cookies and doing things as a family on the holidays. We have two people who report on that daily, who are, hey, they was getting it in. They wearing matching pajamas this year together.
No.
They're wearing matching pajamas this year. And so it was funny because when I was telling you the story, you know, we don't have any announcements about a breakup. As far as we know, on social media, everything is great.
So
Everything is happy.
are they still married to their other spouses though?
We don't have anything in the papers
Are
saying
they
that they're
still on the
divorced.
air?
They are not on the air. GMA said
Oh, so
y'all
this is a
got to
big
go.
deal.
You as a journalist, you tell the story. Don't become the story.
Okay. All right.
You
That's a
can't
word.
you can't you can't get up and be in the homes of millions of America's housewives, especially
Mm,
talking about, telling these family friendly stories, and where you can adopt a puppy for Christmas, and where you can adopt a kitty for Christmas, and what soup kitchen you can go to for the homeless, and where you can get matching pajamas for sale for the whole
mm,
family. You
mm,
can't be reporting that and be breaking up your own family behind closed doors. You can't do
mm.
that.
So
It's a conflict.
what did these pictures show? Like, was the picture just showing them out, or like is it like clear that they are doing something other than anchoring together?
Oh, these are pictures of them at a bar sitting close together, having drinks, laughing. I believe we have video of TJ Holmes giving Amy Robach a love tap on her ass as she posted.
Oh, they getting it in.
Oh no. They go together. They go together.
Not
They
they
go
go
together.
together.
They go together, honey. I mean,
Wow.
excuse my French, but I don't shit where I eat.
Mm,
So I'm always keeping it real cordial, real nice, polite, and very surface level with a man that I work with.
mm.
Um,
Well, I hope it was good because now they done lost. Have they lost their job? I mean, they're not on the air.
I
So
mean, if you leaving your husband and done sold your townhouse and he done wiped his Instagram of all photos of you, I know it's
how do
heavy.
you see? And this is what I mean about social media. The fact that you even know all of that. You know that they've sold the townhouse that they own together. Okay.
Hmm.
You know that he's wiped her from his personal account. It's like social media is just it's just so much sometimes. And that's why I say, y'all, take a break every now and then. This is not just going to be something that I do once a year anymore. Realistically, I would love to do this once a quarter,
I
where
like
maybe
that
I
one
just take,
quarter.
2 weeks or 4 weeks, between 2 and 4 weeks, where I just like take a break so that I can continue to reset. Because the
Hmm.
fact that, these public people, now we know all of their private business
Hmm.
simply because of social media. It's a lot.
Well,
It's a
and the
lot. And
private
it's a lot of, I'm
investigator.
sure that there are a lot of judgmental people in the comments talking about, whatever it is they saying about the situation, and they husband's creeping, or they creeping, or their matching pajama story ain't all it's cracked up to be,
Hmm.
Whew, child, thank you, Lord, for this
Um,
break, because I am enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, I love that the year is coming to a close. It is the perfect time to reset,
Mm-hmm.
reflect, recharge. And like I said earlier when we were talking, there's just the spirit of change. I wanted, like we said, change the aesthetic. I've been going back and forth on, you know, do I want to keep my nails long? Do I want them short? Do I want to do like the
Oh
little,
yeah, y'all. Me and Pasha were talking about that the other day. So Show y'all my little nubbies half
Oh
on, half on. But
my
I'm in the process. I hate
goodness.
soaking my nails. Like, I hate the process. I hate how it feels. So I just let my nails start to lift. And then, like, the best time for me to take my nails off is right when I get out the shower, when they're soft. The acrylic detaches a little bit easier. So I've just been plucking my nails off one by one. And when I get my nails redone, I don't want to go back to the same thing. I don't want to get the super duper extra long, different shapes. I want to do something different. I don't know if I want a friend. We had talked about the almond shape, but I was looking at some pictures online. I don't know if almond is the shape for me. Maybe I just need to do maybe I need to do like a shorter stiletto on all the fingers, but almond just gives me old. It gives me Meemaw. Somebody's Meemaw is making potato salad with her almond nails. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do like ballet coffin shape, but I'm giving my own nails a try. So right now we're just doing an overlay with, on my little stubby fingers, and it's a dark time right now, but I'm gonna get through it because change is good. Change is good. And like even just the urge to get on my phone and scroll Twitter, like it's in me to like want to pick up my phone, but also it's 11:30 and I literally haven't looked on social media at all. And we're it's almost noon. And when I get done with this, when we get done speaking, I'm gonna go work out and I'm not gonna be scrolling. I'm gonna be listening to my music and trying to get my run in. But yeah, I'm so good at thinking about everything I want to do, and like I said, no follow through.
Right.
So I'm using this time as I detox from social media and detox from a lot of things. Honestly, like
I think I'm gonna not just my nails. Ooh,
men detox
yeah.
my nails. I'm detoxing from men. I'm detoxing from social media. Like honestly, and I want to talk about this on some other podcasts, but rejection.
Okay.
I want to talk about my true feelings about rejection because
Okay.
you know that I don't like it.
Ooh, Pasha gonna make me have to be real with y'all on here too.
And I
Yeah.
feel like I can't there's a lot of rejection that I can eliminate when I'm not putting myself in certain positions.
Okay.
Um, I, I want to place myself in places where I'm welcomed, love that make me happy. The gym. I
Mm-hmm.
love the gym. No, I don't like working out. I hate doing that shit. I hate doing that shit. But I scroll social media and I see how hard these girls work and I see how good they look. And I would like that for myself.
Well, my beef with the gym is the hair. The
That's
black
also
girls get it. Okay. I just okay. So my
mhm.
hair right now, y'all. So again, I'm still moving through grief. A girl hadn't done nothing to her hair.
I
Pasha
don't mean to
told me
laugh
the
at
other
that.
day. Pasha was like, Joy, take that fucking ponytail off of your
Take
head.
the ponytail
Because when my
down.
sister came, the middle of October, I had gotten my hair done right before my sister got here. Because we were in the streets doing the Atlanta things, starting and bopping. Okay. And I had my hair done, and then as soon as she left, I had to go be with my grandma. And so there was 3 days in between the time she left and the time out. So there was no time to get my hair done. I was literally at my grandma's, with her by her bedside for 10 days. She passed. I had to plan the funeral. I went to Richmond and I did get my nails done because they were lifting and so they were starting to hurt, but I didn't have time to get my hair done. When I came back to Atlanta, hair was still the same way that it was the month previous. Now it's a month later and I still had that same raggedy ponytail on my head. Pastor was like, friend, take that off of your head. So I took my hair down. I took my ponytail off, combed out my hair. I had like so much shedding. I had more shedding than you girls have edges, but we'll get into it later.
Girl, hair care
Okay.
Twitter gonna get you.
Okay. But like, so this is just, I haven't even washed it yet. I'm going to wash it either tonight or in the morning. But I'm thinking about like changing everything completely. Like my nails are gonna be different. I'm thinking about cutting my hair back to a pixie, like I had it years ago. I'm back in I never left the gym, but I haven't been as consistent with it. I'm consistently in the gym every single day. There was another thing I included with my fast. It's not just things to give up, but every day for 30 days, I have to go to the gym. I've been doing that. I feel great. Skin looks good. Been drinking nothing but water. I'm not drinking coffee. I'm not drinking soda juice, which I never really do anyway, but
I did have coffee this morning, but I felt like on Mondays we coffee. If I have
Okay.
to be up and vibrant
Okay.
and ready to record,
So
I
we're
need a cup
talking
of
like a lot of
coffee.
like this is a lot of change, like which is a good thing. So
It's
do you have New
hard, but
Year's
it's so
do you have
rewarding.
like New Year's resolutions, or is that a thing for
So
you?
I stopped doing resolutions because I never followed through and I could never stay consistent and keep them up. So what I decided to do was to keep, mindfulness became something that, like when they say, "What's your New Year's resolution?" I'm going to be more mindful.
Hmm.
And so that for the last 3 years, this whole spirit of mindfulness has been like, running rampant. It's just been very important for me to remember, be cognizant of this. Don't forget that. Remember, if you do this, this is going to happen. Remember, if you don't do this, this is going to happen. Just staying aware, be aware of
Okay.
yourself, aware of your surroundings, aware of other people, read the room, be better about mindfulness. I
Okay.
think
So
this year
then,
I am going to focus on consistency. Now we're in
yes,
the
me
spirit of
too.
consistency,
Yeah.
being consistent with my budget, consistent with my workouts, consistent with my skincare, my hair care, my, body, consistency is an
So
area.
what would you say then, before we close out? What's two things that, New Year and change in mind, what's two things that's going to stay the same, or maybe even one, and one or two things that's going to be different for you going into 2023?
That's a really good question. And wow. So I like that, two things that stay the same and two things that are different. Two things that are going to stay the same. My focus on work, that's never going to go away.
Okay.
And that's only going to lead to good things.
Okay.
And
It can just be one if you don't have two.
okay, so yeah, my focus on work is going to stay the same. What's going to change? My social media footprint.
Okay.
My social media footprint is going to change, and my body,
Period.
because I'm going to be in the gym. I'm in the gym. I'm already doing yoga. I've kind of fallen off a little bit, but I do hot yoga. And again, we talk about this hair, but you know, I was doing my hair yesterday and I was like, I need to take advantage of this moment in my life where I'm pulling back from everything, everyone,
Mm.
posting myself, even, not saying that I'm purposely being unavailable to friends, but I don't know that I am super duper focused on nurturing those relationships right now because I want to focus on nurturing my relationship with myself. And so guess who's
Mhm.
going to be rocking the Sealy for a while, which means I can work out and do
Much
whatever
as you
workout
want,
I
right?
want as much as I
Right.
want, how often I want. And all I got to do is tie this up, lay down, wake up, boom, we right here. And if I want to step outside, I could take this down and rock my curls and be fine and call it a day.
Okay.
And because I'm not focused on nurturing relationships, romantic relationships, friendships, I can kind of just move through life right now the way that I want to. And I think that that's just what I need right now.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So for me,
your turn.
something that's gonna stay the same. Um, I've been so focused on changing everything. Do I want anything to stay the same? You know what? I have an excellent relationship with my parents, um, my brothers in Richmond, my sister in Richmond. I want that to stay the same. I want to just I just feel like as we get older and we spend more time with each other, we did a week-long cruise together, which that was something that I didn't particularly care to do, but I'm so glad that I did it. Like the older we get and the older our parents get, we just have a good time. We really do. I want that to stay the same, that relationship with my immediate family. Um and
See,
also
now I
my
feel like I got to go home for Christmas now because you said that.
I want the relationship to stay the same, but I will see them in 2023. I ain't gotta go home for that. I ain't gotta go home for Christmas for that. And then also I want that's to stay the same. And then for what's gonna be different is I want I am gonna change my nails. My hair, I'm really gonna have to just pray on that one because although I want to cut my hair into a pixie, being back in the gym heavy ain't conducive to me having short hair in the back. And I don't want it to be looking like a bird's nest the day after I get it done.
Right. Mad because you
But
got
I would say right. I would definitely say what's going to be different is my consistency with all of my endeavors. Podcasts is at the tippity top of the list. Cause like I said, I think I mentioned this to you when we talked a couple of days ago, is I had a podcast back in 2018, 2017, 2018. And it pains me to think, where would I have been with the podcast if I had continued it for the last 4 or 5 years? So consistency is what's going to be different. My consistency is going to be much better.
And you, girl, and you just dragging me right along with you on this podcast, child.
You're coming whether you want to or not.
I like to say that I'm backed by popular demand, because if I had $1 every time someone said you need a podcast, and honestly, it's like, well, what the hell y'all want me to say? What y'all want to hear from me? Like, what do y'all want to hear from me? I sometimes feel like, I don't know what I have to contribute to the conversation, but again, I think we are unique.
Well, I think that just being, 30-somethings who are the same but different. Okay, we both have similar experiences in dating. We're different in the career paths that we're on right now. We're from different places. I feel like we get the same energy from our mamas now. Mamas want us to come on home. Don't really want to hear too many excuses about it. But there are so many other people who are either in more of a similar situation than me, or more of a similar situation than you, that is relatable.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. So we will be back on next week, same time.
And one final thing, you are never too old to chase your dream or to do something big and wonderful. And
right.
When I think about my age and, what possibilities I still have, I think about Ava DuVernay, who didn't direct her first movie until 40. I know that Rick Rubin's been a music producer forever, but he wrote 99 Problems, or produced 99 Problems for Jay-Z, and he was 41 years old. There's an actress playing Whitney Houston, and she's getting her big break, and she's 32. So
same with Oprah. Oprah had a similar story.
30 when everything popped off for her. Yep. And because she's in the press and her name is kind of just out there right now, Meghan Markle, she decided to do a podcast. And we all know that everyone has a podcast, so what exactly are you trying to do, Miss Lady? And she did it, and she's doing it, and she's booking guests, and it's going places. And so I'm gonna let that push me, propel me, and drive me to also be consistent and make this podcast number one in my life, because I think we have a lot to share and contribute.
We have a lot to offer in the space. We have a lot to contribute. So that's going to be our 2020.
And I like your voice.
2021. Where am I at? 2023.
I don't know.
I don't know either, girl. I don't want to go back to 2021. That's going to be our 2023 resolution, if you will. So yeah, I think that's it.
All right, pal. Well,
okay, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks for tuning in.